name Atov Umanaim, how good and how pleasant it is to be here together celebrating Shabbat. Turn to page 172 to sing together Matovu. As we turn to page 195 for the Berlow. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, יוצר אור ובורא חושך, עושה שלום ובורא את הכל, המאיר לארץ ולדרים עליה ברחמים, ובטובו מחדש בכל יום תמיד מעשה וראשית. מה רבו מעשיך אדוני, כולם בחוכמה עשית, מלאה הארץ קנייניך. תתברך אדוני אלוהינו על שבח מעשה ידיך, ועל מאורי אור שעשית יפארו חסלה. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאורות. And we read together on page 196. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes. More welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch Ata Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot. We turn to page 200 for the calling of the Shema. Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Turn to page 204 to sing together Michamocha. We rise as we turn to page 205 for the tefillah. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Source of all being, we turn to you as did our people in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens, they felt you in their hearts, they sought you in their lives. Their quest is ours. Help us to wonders of being. Give us the courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring nearer the world we envision, one of justice, freedom, and peace. Baruch ata Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. And we read together. You are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the doorframe, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions waiting to be posed. They filled me with wonder. Sit with me, eternal teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol.
Adonai,
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Turn to page 216 for the blessing for Shalom. O God, may we never become complacent, faltering in our effort to build a world of peace. Let the nations know and understand that justice and right are better than dominion and conquest. May all come to see it is not by might nor by power, but by your Spirit that life prevails. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We turn now to page 253 for the Misha Berach, the prayer for healing and courage and strength, as we list in our hearts and minds the names of people we know that need healing and courage and strength. We join together. Rise now as we turn to page 244 for Seder Kriyat Torah, the order of reading from the Torah on Shabbat. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adoneinu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is one, Adonai is great, holy is God's name. Please be seated. We're at the Torah portion that is called Shoftim. We're going to read at the end of the Torah portion at chapter 21, The Torah portion deals with the structure of governance of an ideal society, one can say. It's describing what should be the institutions that govern the people of Israel once we cross the Jordan and conquer the land of Israel, beginning with the judicial system. We're supposed to appoint judges and magisters, law and order that would be immune to bribes, that would only judge justly, that will pursue righteousness and will do only what is right and what is good in the eyes of Adonai our God. Then we're supposed to find a decent politician and appoint them as a king, and that king should only study Torah day and night and not interfere with anything that has to do with the judicial system or anything like that, like politicians like to do in our days. But that would be a nice Jewish politician, because the only requirement has to be one of us. And we're going to have wonderful priests and Leviim, and we're going to have great prophets that are only going to say what Adonai is going to tell them. We are going to create just a perfect society. Everything seems to be wonderful in the structure of that ideal society. And then comes chapter 21. So I'm going to be the party pooper today. We're going to read the part that kind of breaks that path, that we can plan everything, that we can control everything, and that everything is just wonderful. But there's a great teaching there, a teaching that is just as relevant as other teachings that we have in our Torah portion. But before going to read from chapter 21, verse 1, we're going to go to page 250 to say the blessing before reading from the Torah. Jennifer, if you can lead us. Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן.
כי יימצא חלל באדמה אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך לרשתה, נופל בשדה לא נודע מי היכהו, ויצאו זקניך ושופטיך, ומדדו אל הערים אשר סביבת החלל, והיה העיר הקרובה אל החלל, ולקחו זקני העיר ההיא עגלת בקר אשר לא עובד בה, אשר לא משכה בעול, והורידו זקני העיר ההיא את העגלה אל נחל איתן אשר לא יעבוד בו ולא יזרע, וערפו שם את העגלה בנחל, וניגשו הכהנים בני לוי, כי בם בחר אדוני אלוהיך לשרתו ולברך בשם אדוני, ועל פיהם יהיה כל ריב וכל נגע, וכל זקני העיר ההיא הקרבים אל החלל ירחצו את ידיהם על העגלה הערופה בנחל, וענו ואמרו, ידינו לא שפכו את הדם הזה, ועינינו לא ראו. כפר לעמך ישראל, אשר פדית אדוני, ואל תיתן דם נקי בקרב עמך ישראל, ונכפר להם הדם, ואתה תבאר הדם הנקי מקרבך, כי תעשה הישר בעיני אדוני. And the translation. If in the land that your God Adonai is assigning you to possess, someone slain is found, lying in the open, the identity of the slayer not being known, your elders and magisters shall go out and measure the distance from the corpse to the nearby towns. The elders of the town nearest to the corpse shall then take a heifer which has never been worked, which has never pulled in a yoke, And the elders of that town shall bring the heifer down to an ever-flowing wadi, which is not tilled or sown. There in the wadi they shall break the heifer's neck. The priests, sons of Levi, shall come forward, for your God Adonai has chosen them for divine service and to pronounce blessing in the name of Adonai. And every lawsuit and case of assault is subject to their ruling. Then all the elders of the town nearest to the corpse shall wash their hands over the heifer whose neck was broken in the wadi. And they shall make this declaration: our hands did not shed this blood, nor did our eyes see it done. Absolve Adonai your people Israel, whom you redeemed, and do not let guilt for the blood of the innocent remain among your people Israel. And they will be absolved of blood guilt. Thus you will remove from your midst guilt for the blood of the innocent, for you will be doing what is right in the sight of Adonai. So in this perfect ideal society, all of a sudden, something which is really uncertain, something that is wrong, that obviously is wrong, yet we don't know whose fault is that. And all this wonderful structure that we just finished describing is just dumbfounded. There is no solution, that they don't know how to deal with it. Even an ideal society cannot solve any situation. All of a sudden, there is doubt when we look at this structure. But the Torah portion in this description, which is not easy to read, not easy to see this image, in a way teaches us two important things. One is that we will always have to live with uncertainties in our midst. You cannot predict everything, and you have to accept that there's uncertainty and sometimes even chaos in the midst of our society. But there's something more there. You know, that there's a moment there that you feel that the elders, which those days are the leaders of the city, and the magisters and the judges and everyone that is in charge, the priests, the Levites, everyone, they don't know what to do. And sometimes we stand like that. We see suffering, we see injustice, we see something that is wrong, and we do not know what to do. And here they're offering us a ritual. I'm not recommending this ritual for our society, but they're offering us a ritual of what to do in such a case, sending a message that you still have to take responsibility. That the fact that there is uncertainty, the fact that there is sometimes chaos, the fact that you don't know what to do, does not absolve you from that responsibility. This thing actually was used in modern time, not the ritual itself, but the idea. This section, word to word, was quoted in one of the most important modern judicial issues that had to do also with uncertainty in the history of the young state of Israel, the one and only Jewish sovereign state. If you remember, in 1982, the state of Israel does something, still regrets, invades Lebanon, thinking that they can create an ideal society and remodel Lebanon as a better neighbor than what it was. Thinking that we can also crown our chosen anointed leader to be there. That was Bashir Jumayel. He is murdered by his opponents, and Israel is there in control outside of Beirut. and the Christian militias are slaughtering in revenge the Palestinian refugee camps of Sabra and Shatila. I don't know if you guys remember that. I remember it very well. I was a soldier then in the regular army, and I was stationed in Beirut, actually, right next to where it happened in a nearby neighborhood. We had no idea what is happening there, but we were giving assistance to the Falangot by giving light all night to so it won't be dark, not knowing what they're using the light for, and we were also blocking the way from other Palestinian militias to help their fellows in the refugee camps. That created a whole disaster. Israel could have said, we wash our hands. We didn't spill that blood. It was Christians who were slaughtering into Muslims. A committee was appointed by the Israeli government, the Kahan Committee, led by Judge Kahan of blessed memory, and they quoted this word by word, saying, you cannot say our hands did not spill that blood. We bear responsibility. They actually fired Ariel Sharon from being a Minister of Defense. They fired Rafael Etan from being the Chief of Staff. That they fired the commander of my battalion. They fired the general in charge of the Israeli army in Lebanon. A lot of heads were rolled from the top of Ariel Sharon till, do you say that? To roll ahead, a lot of people had to pay in a price, even though all of them said we had no idea. And the Kahan Committee quoted this and says, you take responsibility for what happens in your midst, even if you're not the person that spills the blood. And they said to all the people who said we did not know, it was your job to know. You should have known. Here no one pays responsibility, but that was the light of the Torah that lit and gave light to the committee that created a modern Jewish principle out of an old Jewish principle. We are always responsible for what is happening in our midst, even if we had no idea and our hands did not directly spill that blood. Shabbat Shalom. Let's do the blessing after reading from the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu.
Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen. Please rise.
V'zot haTorah asher tzam Moshe b'ifnei bnei Yisrael. V'zot haTorah asher tzam Moshe b'ifnei bnei Yisrael. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe, b'yad Moshe. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe, b'yad Moshe. V'zot haTorah asher tzam Moshe b'ifnei bnei Yisrael. V'zot haTorah asher tzam Moshe b'ifnei bnei Yisrael.
And we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
Malach
continue together with the Aleinu on page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
Bayom ha'uli Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Joshua Fink, Raymond Allen Sr., Dr. Stanley Frager, Joseph Heidemann, Larry Webman, James L. Rapport, Leah Rosenfeld, Paul Stein, Leo Treiber, Norman Wolfson, Ethel Bernson, Maurice Flegelman, Erika Oppenheim, Hermione Wolf, Phyllis Cooper, James Curtis, Harvey Gelfenbein, Linda Goldenschuh, Ruth Jacobson, Alberta Rockefeller, Penny Brill, Ann K. Cohen, Minnie Eppinger, Charlotte Herman, Jeanette Kappel, Francis Rothschild, Herman Meyer, Isaac Netter, Elaine Ordauer, Aaron Rosenzweig, Sem LaSalle, Joseph Plasko. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה. May the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction. Amen. Our closing song is Ose Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Please try and say Shabbat Shalom to someone you did not meet before, and also to those you do know. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.